Oh, my bad.
Right?
My
Was
bad.
you?
This
Oh,
My bad. My
I like
bad.
the
My bad.
echo.
I mean, I was yeah. That joint was hidden, so it's on the page. Trying to get
It
the
do though.
show
You
notes.
can't help but dance
You know
to
what I'm
it
saying?
because
Yeah.
the whole house be like, yeah.
Listen, if y'all sleeping on the intro, listen, fam, Ken hooked that joint up. I'm just saying the
Absolutely.
show that intro is sick. Beating
appreciate
all
that.
of that. Solid.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man.
Go play
Well,
that in your car when you ride. Just put that in your sound system or your Bluetooth when you're at the
yeah.
crib and turn it on. It hit. I promise. It's sound quality. It's good quality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some other stuff, you know what I'm saying, cooking last. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been slow on the beats. I've been slow on the beats. I haven't been really doing too much with them. I've been cooking, but I ain't been, you know what I'm saying, serving. So
It's all right. It's all right. Sometimes you got to get in there and just cook until you get it right. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
sometimes when I cook, believe it or not, sometimes you got to cook it one time, check it out, and then go back and revamp it. I'm just saying. Sometimes that's
Yeah.
how it works.
That's kind of what's been happening. I've been dibbling dabbling with it, you know what I'm saying, and then make a beat, and then I'm like, okay, it's missing something, so I sit it to the side. I make another beat. I'm like, it's missing something, and I sit it to the side. So I got about 100 beats just sitting to the side because I feel like they're missing something.
Missing something.
But I also want to remember what one of our guests told us.
Or what
I
they
was
say.
just about
Sometimes,
to say that.
sometimes it's not missing anything with the beat; it's just missing a certain artist.
Right.
Oh
So
yeah.
you got to be able to hear what kind of
Un-
artist or what kind of, what kind of instruments or whatever you want to put around it, so on and so forth. So I have to
Andre
work with it.
Guillaume,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That
Andre
interview we
Guillaume.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
sometimes that's all that's missing. So yeah, we're gonna keep working. We're gonna keep working on that. But
Keep working.
y'all, we appreciate y'all popping in with us. We
Yeah.
live, you know what I'm saying, again. And today we got fire topics. We ain't got hot topics because they, you know what I'm saying, they rocking with us. So
Right.
when we present them to the world, they fire
The fire
topics. You know what I'm
topics. Yeah,
saying? We got them today
yeah.
because that's what the theme is, and y'all gonna find out why I said got them, because
Yeah.
it's been a lot of got 'ems lately in the public eye. Let's
Right.
just say that. So we will we will actually address that. But before we get started, I know we got to check on our people, and we just came off of Thanksgiving.
Mm.
So hey, I gotta make sure everybody's good. So Trish Michelle, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good actually. I cooked. Didn't I?
You
Had some
didn't
music playing.
what you burn up? What you burn up?
I didn't burn, but if you mean burn in a good way,
I mean, either
uh,
way, you know what I'm saying? This is subjective. Burn or burn, whichever
I
one.
so turkey wings, and then what else was it? Mashed potatoes, greens, macaroni,
Mm, mm, mm.
gravy. And then we had sweet potato pies. I
You
think
burn the sweet potato pie?
no,
Turkey wings are becoming very popular, I've seen.
I couldn't find them at all. That's what I wanted to do, but I
let me
couldn't
Yeah.
tell
find them
you,
at all.
I couldn't either, and I was gonna do because my original thought or original plan was the turkey wings, and then literally I had did a order. They didn't bring it. They were sold out everywhere. So I was like, okay, whatever Cornish hens it is, that's what I'm doing. I had ran out of foil, so I hadn't even started on the like Cornish hens or nothing. And I went to go to Food for Less to pick up foil, and they had a whole thing full of turkey wings.
Oh,
Whole
I,
thing. I said, here we go.
I ain't got no food for less over here. Dang,
Yeah.
because that's what I wanted to do. So,
And then
hey,
that's what my friend said. They were looking for some, and this older lady told her Food for Less too. I said, well, let me
mm,
find out Food for Less to plug. Shh, y'all don't start going to
thank
Food
you
for
for the
Less now
plug.
just because that was the problem. They're so popular now
Right.
that you can't find them.
Yeah, I've seen. I mean, I saw a lot of people when they posted their pictures, a lot of pictures that people posted of the food looked very bad. But you
Mm,
can't judge it by the looks because some food that doesn't look amazing, it might taste amazing. So I mean, I just let people make it. But people are gonna do that every single year. They're gonna post their plate on
Might as well
social
not
plates,
even
media.
make
some of them plates. Listen, if y'all still getting the presentation wrong on these plates, I need you to holler at your boy. Okay,
I be good. That is the problem. It be the presentation.
listen. I can get you right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna need y'all to stop because we all eating the same thing. So at least make it look good. Because if your yams look like a baby diaper, you know what I'm saying, little thing going on, we got a problem.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Wow.
definitely don't want that. So
Yeah.
Did you say their food looked like a baby diaper?
I mean the yams. You get what I'm
Oh,
saying?
oh,
You know.
it looked
you
like
know.
what's in the baby diaper.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
oh.
Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that site. That's not great. And
Yeah.
also for the people who can't cook, you do know that there are a lot of caterers out here, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of businesses that offer the opportunity to prepare those meals for you. So if you fumbled
Right.
Thanksgiving, don't fumble Christmas. You know what I'm
Please
saying?
don't.
Find one of these many people. If you don't have people, we have friends of the show that'll be happy to help you out in different
Facts.
states. So holla at us and we can hook you up.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
Don't ruin Thanksgiving. Don't ruin Christmas.
Facts, because a lot of people cook the same thing for Christmas as they did for Thanksgiving
I can't
traditionally.
do that.
So, yeah, but well,
Shout out to them turkey wings though, because I wanted to make some garlic parmesan turkey wings.
I mean,
So
you can still do that. I'm pretty sure
I,
they're
I'm
now.
I am. I'm going. You don't send the plug. Like
yeah,
I'm going.
You
okay,
better.
all right. So Benji Banks, we know you cooked something amazing, Mr. Cook, Mr.
Okay.
Caterer. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Put food on social media. So what did you do?
Okay, first off, I fried my first turkey because the family
yeah.
requested a fried turkey. Now I haven't posted that yet, but I got it in my you know what I'm saying. I'll send that over to y'all. You know what I'm saying. I hooked that up, but I made my soul cupcakes. So I made them at the crib, right? But we had to travel and go down, right? So I didn't do the full presentation because, you know, I was like, all right, we're going to do it when we get over to that joint. All right. But I told everybody what I was making, just like I told y'all, right? So had it all ready to go, had my mashed potato, you know what I'm saying, ready to roll. Bro, I get down there, I sit them joints down. And I go outside real quick to go check on the, you know what I'm saying? You know, make sure the grease was popping, the peanut oil, make sure the turkey, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So I can put that joint in the grease, then come back. Bro, by the time I got outside, folks rolling up with the cupcakes. I'm like, hold on. So I was like, babe, you didn't let a brother get his presentation. She's like, babe, I couldn't even, like, it wouldn't happen. Folks was ready to grub them joints. So got the reviews on them. Everybody loved it. For those of you who didn't see it, I mean, go check the Instagram. It's on there. You know what I'm saying? Them joints were fire, but I got to make them again because I got to do the full presentation with the mashed potato on the top, like it was, you know, the little stuff on the top, and then, you know, sprinkle a little honey hot sauce, you know what I'm saying, on the top. And then you eat that. Oh man, make your tongue slap your jaw, boy. I'm telling you, it's fire.
No, it sounds amazing.
It's
Sounds amazing.
fire.
So
Make your
looking forward to
tongue
seeing that.
slap your
I'm
jaw.
here for it. Okay.
So I gotta hook it up and make it one more time so I could just get the full presentation out there, because the video I made kind of showed, you know what I'm saying, everything in it. But
Yeah.
Other than that, it was super dope, man. I got a chance to chill out, relax, cook my fried turkey, eat all the good food, you know, and chill out. So
Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? With me, I didn't do too much cooking. Just did a ham as my contribution. That's just
right.
usually the thing every year. I'm gonna have to invest in another smoker.
What?
Hadn't used
Smoking to retire?
Yeah, man. I hadn't used my smoker in a minute, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was not good. So
Did
I
you have a
had to
funeral service for him yet?
I had to go ahead and prep it for, you know what I'm saying, curbside pickup. Bulk, what we call here in Texas, bulk pickup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When the
yeah.
city comes through and pick up the bulk stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
because
that's what I
it's out of there. It's
Yeah.
out of there, man.
Oh
So
man, yeah.
but-
Did you actually have a funeral for the baby though? 'Cause
nah,
I know
man,
she's
it's
been
just
around for a while.
no, I don't have a funeral
You
for
get
for
them
the
dirty.
no,
You
I
get
don't.
dirty.
Yeah, I don't have a funeral for the smoker. Shoot, man,
Yeah.
we ain't have a funeral for my pets when we was little, so we just get rid of them.
Just like, all right, deuces.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's just, hey, shout out to my pops for burying them in the backyard. You know what I'm saying?
that area is extra green, huh?
Say, man, and speaking of my pops, man, shout out to my OG, man. Today is his birthday. He's celebrating his 70th birthday.
Happy
Shout out to
birthday.
my pops, man. That's my OG. That's my best friend. That's my guy, man. And a lot of the crazy stuff that I say, my OG, that's usually who I'm talking about because he doesn't like to have the light shined on him at all. Right? He didn't want to party. He didn't want. This is 70 years. This is a celebration. And
Yeah,
he was like,
right.
nah, I don't
Celebrate.
want none of that. He said, I'll tell you what, y'all can celebrate my wallet and bless me that way. But other than that, don't spend no money nowhere else. Just give me the money you was gonna spend.
Hey, I like the way he thinks.
No matter about it.
Hey, so no argument there. Shout out to my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy I've been blessed to have him around to help guide me. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's been a blessing. So I wanted to ask this though, while we're talking about Thanksgiving, it's a weird question, right? So everybody's anticipating what you're gonna eat for Thanksgiving lunch and around lunch or dinner or whatever time you eat Thanksgiving meal, right? But what do you eat for breakfast on Thanksgiving? What did you eat for breakfast on Thanksgiving?
I had some French toast. I got up and I ate regular. I got up and had because see what you don't want to do is wait till the last. See, I gotta eat up until because if I go to that moment, I'm gonna get full super quick. So I get up, I have my French toast and my coffee, and you know what I'm saying? I'm straight. And then I nibble while I'm cooking, and then by the time I get down to the spot, a few hours later, I'm ready to tear it down again.
Interesting. Trish Michelle, I mean, what about you? What did you eat for breakfast on Thanksgiving?
Not a damn thing. I literally did not eat until I finished cooking, and I didn't even realize that I had not ate almost all day until I was done, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I need to." Like nothing in me wanted to. I was busy. I was cooking. I was
right.
You know.
I mean, I had a meeting that morning, so I got up 8. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, cool. But I do that kind of all the time anyway. Get up, eat a little bit.
It's interesting because a lot of people don't eat simply because the people who are actually would be preparing the breakfast are the people that are actually preparing the food for the Thanksgiving meal. So you don't want to take them away from that. So if you're gonna rock and eat something, it's usually cereal or something, something simple. Yep. Or as Trish Michelle said, a lot of people just wait. They just wait. They've been anticipating. They want to save all of their eating until it's time to actually eat Thanksgiving meal. So hey, if you tuned in, if you're in the comments, hey, let us know, what do you eat for breakfast on Thanksgiving? This is gonna be interesting, and we will track those comments as the show is going on to let you chime in. But yeah, I mean, somebody asked me that, and I was like, I don't even know because I don't even remember what I had for breakfast Thanksgiving. I know what I ate at Thanksgiving meal, but I can't even tell you what I had that morning, so I don't even know.
Because my thing is, like you said, the cooks are cooking, so like. I'm not making French toast and bacon and eggs on the side of the turkey getting prepped and the potatoes and the greens I'm not doing all that. Y'all definitely got y'all self-service.
You better go to Jack in the Box.
Stay out of my way.
See, you make something super simple for breakfast that morning. French toast is like that. You get what I'm saying? And if you do your croissant French toast, easy
that's a dirty
work.
dish. That's the eye on the stove busy.
No, girl, we paper plate. Like
it's not a dirty dish. You it's something added to the dishes of everybody know Thanksgiving dishes ain't regular dish day.
Yeah, no, be crucial.
So you don't want to do no extras. So yeah.
That is true though. The Thanksgiving dishes do be crucial though. I can't lie to
you. Yeah. All right, so we got the Thanksgiving, talk out the way. So now y'all know what we did for Thanksgiving. We're gonna go ahead and hop into some of these hot topics. Some of them is really, really hot. Y'all gonna have to stick around for a little while before we get to that good stuff. But we got some stuff that we want to talk about first. And the first one that I have up, I definitely got to talk about this all the time, is Black Friday. Yeah. It said Black Friday this year, online shoppers spent a record $9.8 billion in the U.S. $9.8 billion.
What? That's a lot of money. Yeah. online sales though.
Online sales.
Online. And listen, I ain't gonna even lie to you. All my Christmas shopping is done. I only got one more thing to get, and that's it. Like literally done.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I had work that morning, so I was up at 6 a.m. out, and there's a Walmart right here. Wasn't nobody in that parking lot. It was like 3 cars. They wasn't really out for the sale, so they must have been online because there was not a store. The stores look very regular, like regular day inside.
You know what?
The online was offering like where the big sales was at 50%, 80%. Like it was like,
I still feel like
me
sales were trash compared to when I used to actually be out Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been the complaint. That's been the complaint by a lot of people, especially people who have been out, doing the price comparisons and things like that. They've gone to stores to look at things and scout stuff out the week before they do the sale prices, and they come back, to get the item that they were hoping would be deeply discounted, and they were deeply dissatisfied with the price that they found, because it was probably some of the stuff was the same. It just had a little tag on it saying Black Friday sale.
The TikTok girl, she was on there and she moved it out from the thing on Target, and it literally just changed the
same price.
Right. Said Black Friday.
Yeah.
Well, what I did was I put the week before, week and a half before, I put stuff in all of my carts, my Amazon cart, all of that. And then when it popped up, I went and checked, seeing what the sale was. If it went on sale and I knew it was something I wanted, boom, copped it, got it, because it was at a major discount. And that's kind of how I did it.
Man, I used to be in the trenches. Let me tell y'all.
you been there punching people in the face?
Elbow. My niece get trampled on accident. I didn't know. But let me tell you, I used to research the week before leading up to figure out what items was going to be on sale, because they would get leaked. There was a site that would leak stuff. So I would go to these stores, whether it was Walmart, Kmart, whoever had the layaway, and put those items on layaway. And on Black Friday, they had to honor the discounted price. So I already had it. I didn't have to fight nobody. I just had to go.
So the reason why they don't do that no more. People like
I sure am. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm not. Look, somebody fight me, I'm on the news. So I'm gonna go to the little layaway. Yeah, I'm the reason why they took it off. But also, I'm not the reason why people wasn't paying for that.
You know what?
Very true.
You know what's crazy? I got a story about that too. When my oldest son, who's now he'll be 23 in a couple of months. When he was maybe 3 or 4 years old, they had those. Everybody knows about Power Wheels. So Walmart used to always have at least one Power Wheel or a few of the Power Wheels on sale, big sale. When they have their Black Friday sale. So got there, maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I think the sale started at 6. So they have the stuff in these big piles on these pallets, and they have the stuff out there, and you can't really grab it. They don't want you grabbing the stuff until the time, so they won't release you to go get stuff. So just 6 o'clock hits, the doors open, we go in. I'm a big guy, so I didn't have any problem with getting into areas, but but when I got to the area where, because I wasn't running, I wasn't gonna be running, fooling, acting a fool in the store running. I'm too big to be running in the store. So I walked over to the area where the Power Wheels are, and there was a circle of people around it waiting for people to come with baskets and things like that to try to put the Power Wheels in.
You grabbed
Not Big Ken. I walked over there, picked up and walked over. The lady said, "Hey, we were waiting for those." I ain't waiting. I walked out with the Power Wheels. I went and scooped the Power Wheels and just walked out with that giant box just like this on my shoulder and walked and found the basket
because they couldn't carry it.
That's what their problem was. They couldn't carry it. So because I could, I wasn't waiting, and there was only so many out there. So
it was tripping, because I would have at least made it fall off the little thing, and I would have been sitting on it till the cart came.
Hey, my little man had to have it. He had to have it. You know what I'm saying? So
I messed up.
Hey, you snooze, you lose.
That
Right.
lady was highly upset with me, but hey, it was just words because she wasn't gonna bust a move. And I was like,
That's
nah,
facts. Yeah.
it wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? So, and her husband was looking like, dang,
He was like, yeah, we
he just was standing there. He was quiet.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's got to be rather. You've been. I wonder if they was waiting a minute, like that'd have been messed up if they was waiting for a while
I
too.
mean,
They're just sitting there disgusted, bro. Just walk up, grab it, and take off, and they
you gotta
sitting there
be,
like,
because wait, how you gonna come into the store anyway and know you about to gather some items and not gather
Right.
a basket first?
Well, here's the problem. What happened was the people who I guess who got there first got the baskets. So there were a bunch of people who didn't have baskets because you know, it's some days where it's very busy at Walmart and a lot of these stores,
right.
they run out of baskets and you waiting up at the front for somebody to bring a basket back, or you got to go back out to the parking lot to get a basket out of the basket return because there's no baskets.
And you
So
ain't finna go
that's what
back out
happened.
there, no doubt.
I
I
bet you in
wasn't
that
going to go
moment,
back out nowhere.
Right.
in that moment, she wished she had a different husband.
You know what? Maybe that was her frustration. Maybe that was her frustration. You
She
know what I'm
get him
saying?
side
But
eye like, you sucker.
yeah, I mean, you know, he got to get in the gym. He got to get in the gym.
You gotta pick that joint up. We'd
Yeah.
have been hauling that joint. That is for
You got
sure.
cussed out all the way home.
Dang.
Yes, but you know what's crazy too is this year we had this for the first time. Boom, we had a Black Friday football game,
Mhm.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And it says Amazon's 100 million Black Friday football game may change advertising forever, right?
Amazon trying to do everything.
That's
If
crazy.
they made $100 million off
one game.
advertising, bruh,
Dude is insane. That
Yeah,
like
it's
and it started in his garage. Like, this dude is.
yeah, it's bananas, and it just became officially the number one distributor, or what is it, package
yeah,
delivery
I
in
actually
the world.
I actually have
Passing
that up next.
UPS and
See,
FedEx, right?
Benji be reading my mind. I actually have that up next. Amazon actually surpassed UPS to become the largest
Right.
delivery service in the US. That is crazy.
That's bananas. Retail wise,
Yeah.
man.
You see
He's
more,
doing things.
but because you got to understand, Amazon is a retail organization.
Right.
UPS is not. UPS is a
Right.
delivery service.
Right.
So because Amazon delivers its own items, plus some other items that I'm starting to see, because
They're gonna
honestly,
start doing meds now. They
yeah,
got the insurance, and
I
yeah,
s-
they're supposed to tap into the actual mortgage industry soon too.
I see more Amazon trucks than I do UPS trucks, and it used to be the other way around.
Right.
Yeah.
It used to be UPS, FedEx, Amazon. Now it's Amazon everywhere you turn. And I was laughing the other day. I said, even the Amazon trucks are raggedy now. There's so many of them. And
Right.
they've been running to the ground because, you know, so many deliveries. I know people that legitimately will get Amazon deliveries 2 or 3 times a week.
Man, I listen. I'm a fanatic. I can't lie to you.
For real.
My lady be like, "Why don't you just go pick it up?" I said, "Because I don't want to drive. The time I'm gonna waste, I'd rather just have them deliver it to my house. And if I
That's
order
what
5, 6 packages, boom, they send it right to my door. I'm sorry. I'd rather save the money driving all the way over there. Just have them deliver it and go. You know, just save me the time. While I'm
And-
at work, it's at my door."
And this is something that I thought of too. Terrence Jackson tapped in and said, I can see Amazon buying UPS or FedEx if the government doesn't consider it a monopoly and lets them do it. That's what I was just thinking about.
They're
Like,
gonna have to merge or something.
Amazon, but hold on, but Amazon getting their hands in all these different things, it could be good, but it could be bad too.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
bad because if they, you know, become dominant in all these areas and then they decide to up the prices of stuff, it leaves only them as the biggest option or the you know most valuable option in a lot of places, and that could be dangerous, man.
I mean, you can Amazon is running that money game, man. They can buy anybody out. They definitely can, but I mean that's huge though. UPS or FedEx is huge. That's big time money too, though, bro. Like they ain't pennies
already though. They're already, because they know supply demand and the way that they're delivering things, they are already like it's rumored that they are like kind of price gouging on certain things. They ain't really. Remember, Amazon used to be the place where you could kind of get it cheaper. Not really anymore on
Right.
certain things. So a lot of people have been noticing that, and so Amazon is starting to charge up a little on things. And I could see them maybe. I wouldn't say I could see them taking over some of the little dogs coming up, so they can gain footage, and then maybe taking one of the two.
Well, they
But
kind of do it already because what they do is they buy you out. And
yeah,
then one of the things that they funny because I watch Earn Your Leisure, and they talk about these little pieces of Amazon and stuff like that. They do buy these little companies out, right? And when they literally would go purchase your products and see how much you are charging for that product, and will tell you like, we want your product, and if you don't sell it to them, we'll just buy you out. So I could see that happening on a larger scale. The biggest problem that might happen is if they get into real estate. If
Well,
they get into real estate, that's going to be crazy.
I think
The
they're already
housing
in the real
market.
estate, and that's how they're eating up a lot of these areas to produce their warehouses.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
but that's a whole nother conversation, and I know that's a lot of heavy lifting. We'll have to lean on some experts to kind
Right.
of dig more into that.
There's a lot
And
to uncover with Amazon.
yeah, because it's a lot to cover with that.
Un-
But
Until then, just keep delivering to my door.
well,
Yeah.
what I was going to point out too is that what a lot of people have to realize, and Trisha Michelle was speaking to that with the pricing. A lot of people have to realize too that Amazon is a house for smaller companies as well, like you mentioned,
Right.
where
Right.
it allows you to sell through them. So
Mhm.
when people go to Amazon and they click on an item, you're not always getting that item from Amazon. You have to
Right.
look and see who the seller is, because
Right.
sometimes Amazon is selling it, but it's coming from a third party. So
Right.
it's going to be a little bit more expensive, and they're going to be charging price, because I've seen Amazon sell something for $29.99, but a third party is selling it for $40.
Right.
And Amazon sells out of it, they automatically offer
You
you these
become
other options.
right. Right.
And people would click on that and buy it because it's being delivered by Amazon. They say, I got this from Amazon, but you got it from a third party. And
So
you don't figure that out until you look at the seller.
As a brand deal, you pay Amazon to ship your products in a lot of cases. So when you have these brand deals going on, like you can pay Amazon monthly and you become somewhat part of Amazon, and they will ship your products for you because you're
yeah,
paying for it already. So that happens. And so I mean, a lot of people who do their books and their little deals or whatever, this is what they're doing. And Amazon can distribute it for you, and that way it kind of saves you the headache of kind of trying to do all of it as a startup business or a little brand, So
I mean, on top of that, as an influencer,
right,
Amazon now allows you to dip into making money with them by
right,
creating your own storefront and just buying stuff and making your videos and reels and advertising stuff. And people come to your storefront and they buy stuff, and you can make money through Amazon.
yeah.
So there's so many different layers to Amazon.
Yeah.
Online business.
Hmm.
Online
Yep.
business. Glad
Yep.
I got a few of them.
And you know what's crazy too? When I was out in Cali, they have an Amazon store, a grocery store, where you
Mm-hmm.
can go in, you can get your basket, you can fill up your basket, and you can check out with your stuff as you are shopping, and then you just walk out the door. Before you walk out the door, you hit your payment, and you just walk out the store. Like
Yeah,
there's no kiosk to check out at or nothing. You checking out in the basket.
right.
It's
Amazon
pretty cool.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Amazon Fresh is pretty dope too. So
That's pretty next level.
It's pretty
right.
cool. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I wonder how much theft they have. You know what I'm saying? In that,
They got a pretty good. They not like they don't have everything, but they got a pretty good. If you just want your basic goods, you know what I'm saying. Like you can literally get it delivered straight to your door. You like
Yeah.
yeah.
They have
Amazon
their
Fresh is
stores intentionally placed in the Beverly of them Hills and places like that.
right,
Like they're not putting it
yeah.
in.
That's what I was saying. Like when
Yeah.
you go in that store, like the Amazon Fresh is amazing. Like I use that too, but I'm talking about the actual storefront that they have, and they're saying they're gonna put more storefronts in different areas across the United States, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Amazon running everybody out of business.
like, but I mean, you have a store where there are literally no associates checking out. There's only people stocking the shelves, and there's only people, maybe one person standing at the front door.
Right.
You know, but I mean, I wonder how much loss do they suffer through theft? That's what I was thinking about, because
Yeah.
I mean,
Walmart and Target is
people gonna
struggling.
always figure out a way to finagle the system.
Always.
That's facts.
So
I
What
mean,
would a
you know,
scammer be
people
if
got to
he
try to get over.
What would a scammer be if he wasn't scammed?
Scamming is a full-time hustle for some people.
Mhm.
you know what? And I was laughing too at this. I said, you know, everybody's looking for a booster until they get scammed. Then they like, they like, somebody stole my stuff. But no, but you was just online the other day saying, if you know a booster, you know, saying
Holla
holla
at
at your
your boy.
girl. But now you got you got boosted. Yeah, now you got boosted.
Now
It's
you
wrong.
mad.
It's wrong. You want to call the police?
Right.
Nah.
You know what? It sucks. It do suck when it happens. Because I actually I left my laptop on accident and it was gone. So I'm sure somebody did what they needed to do with it, but it wasn't. I was just like, dang, that was my fault. But I hope I find somebody else selling.
Hey,
Like, can I get that on a little discount? You know what I'm saying?
Look, that's how I got the first one anyway.
and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's funny because it's like if somebody's out there and you bought an item that you knew was stolen, and then somebody stole it from you, it's like, how do you feel? Because you can't really be bad.
I was like, well, guess I'm gonna finally just go pay full price.
That's part of the game.
Like,
part of the game.
You know, chop it up. You gotta chop it up to the game. That's what it is. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it was around for a minute.
Oh
anyway.
man, that is hilarious to me. But yeah.
I mean, hey,
I
mean, listen, if you can get it at the discount price, you can't tell me you ain't finna pay the discount
I'm gonna get it.
price.
If anybody got some Uggs out there, I need to buy.
Oh my God!
Shout out to this Cyber Monday and the 80% off Black Friday sales or whatever. I
the candle
salute
sale
y'all.
coming up, y'all. For those that's listening, the Bath and Body Works candle sale is coming up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
See, we got the plug. That online sale is ridiculous. You get like 500 candles for $3.
Oh yeah, my homegirl works there, so you know I just do that.
Oh, she got the plug. Oh, okay. See, we knew you had the plug.
I ain't dealing with no stress.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Shout out to the Bath and Body workers, because y'all about to be bombarded. Y'all about to be bombarded.
1 year, let me tell you.
Folks about to be in there dropping glass candles and all that. So shout out to y'all for having to endure that.
I'm just
gonna order mine online. Yep.
Yeah.
Gonna order mine online. Yeah.
Go online, hurry up, have your card already set up, Apple Pay, whatever.
Yep.
20 candles for $3. Go on and get that.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't listen to him, because it's gonna be more than that.
The math is not mathing.
Trust me, it's gonna be more than that. But all right, so we're talking about all this money, and I saw something else that was interesting, man. So y'all check this out, right? This is what they're saying. Millennials say they need $525,000 annually to be happy.
Shit, I'm with the millennials. what we talking about?
525
over there.
As soon as you get to 525, you're gonna realize 525 ain't enough, and you're gonna be like, I need $1 million a year.
But isn't millennials the one that's like the ones that's out there
don't do it. Don't do it. I'm confused. I don't know.
Somebody tell us what the millennials are.
Somebody tell us in the comments.
My children?
Aren't they the social media money, TikTok money, the sitting at home streaming money, they're millionaires? Ain't that Bad Baby, whatever her name is? She just made $48 million in a year.
You mean Bad Bunny?
Bad Baby.
Bad Baby and Bad Bunny, two different people. Yeah.
Hold on. So.
This old man
named Bad Baby out there?
Yes. She told her mama, catch her outside.
Yeah, that's Bad Baby.
Bad Bunny.
No, that's Bad Baby. Bad Bunny is a guy who's an artist, who's a music artist. Bad Baby is a social media chick. You know what I'm saying? She done a little music.
I'm millennial.
Yeah. So
Oh, she
see,
Yeah.
she just
We grew up,
goosey.
I was like, and with the social media, the TikTok,
Okay, so
the
you the
create your
youngest
own
on the
business.
show.
That's why I relate, because there ain't enough money in this world right now.
So you the youngest on the show. So what's that millennial age? What's that age?
1981 through 1996.
see, I
Oh
just
dang,
missed
I
it.
missed it by 2 years.
I
Okay.
just missed it.
So those are, I mean, I know a lot of money making go getters that feel like nothing is enough. They got 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs.
But
Their hands is
half
full.
$1 million, half
That
$1 million
I
dollars.
feel it, because look,
Hey, if
we
you
at
in
the age right now,
California, if
we
you're in
wanna
California,
travel.
that's about right. I can tell
We
you that.
want to travel. We want this house. We want
But
that. We want
how
to invest
many
in
people
Airbnb.
do you know that make half $1 million? How many people do you know that make half $1 million?
I know a few who make way more than that, but 525,000, that's very rare. I think, what is that? That gotta be, that ain't even is that what the 1%ers? That's what the
Yeah,
1%ers,
I think
right?
they probably make like 3.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a very small amount of people that make that amount of money, half $1 million or more, right? So you're telling me you're not going to be happy unless you attain this unattainable thing, and that's probably why you're not happy.
That's very true.
Because
But
you're
maybe
shooting.
it's a motivational curve. Like
Yeah,
they're
but
not technically truly unhappy.
It depends on what that millennial's hustle is. I'll say that.
think
I'll say that.
this is the problem. I think this is the problem with a lot of millennials and why so many people suffer from, all these mental health issues and things of that nature, because they have so much anxiety and stress, and anxiety and stress is caused by what? Trying to control things that you can't control, right?
I agree.
You can control money, but you can't you can't say, okay, well, if I don't make $500,000 annually, I can't be happy. Like, that's a rare thing, right? You can shoot for it, but if you're basing your happiness on that money, you're gonna be unhappy a lot.
But if you shoot for the stars, you land amongst,
you're gonna be on crack or somewhere on drugs.
You're gonna be stressed out, huh?
I see the logic in it. I see the logic in it.
I do too.
But
and I
do
get
see, and I think that's because you kind of, you're on the cusp. You kind of fell off just a couple years, but I feel like if you tell yourself this, you're gonna strive for more. But at the same time, I get you, Ken, because you're gonna drive yourself crazy trying to achieve this goal that's insane. But at the same time, we're not content, so we are just sitting around.
Yeah, you'll
now
never be content.
After us is something special.
Because if you make $525 a year and you reach that status, I can guarantee you nothing's going to stop you from wanting to make 6, then 7, then 8, then a meal, whatever it is. Like, your appetite for success never stops. Like, especially when you're going to go get it.
But
when you're trying to get it,
is it something that you're passionate about? Because we talk about this all the time. People want the money, but they're not passionate about stuff, and they don't understand that to get that amount of money, you're gonna have to do some things that you really don't want to do to attain that type of wealth.
Well,
and if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to have the push or the motivation to stay in it long enough to reach that, to reach that type of status.
Well, the way OnlyFans is going right now and online sales, millennials are staying home making their money on social media.
Man, folks be lying. Folks be on social media.
I know.
The word of the last 2 or 3 years is cap. You know what I'm saying? We've been saying capping forever, but
we've been saying that since we was in our high school days. Right?
That's the thing now, cap, and that's what a lot of these people be doing on social media is a bunch of cap. They don't own. They don't own nothing. They don't have nothing. They have all these things that they purchase with credit, that they have credit cards, maxed out. They owe all this money to people, and they have this stuff, and it's the illusion of what they, trying to keep up with everybody else that actually has this stuff. Right?
The average 9-to-5 worker makes more than the average social media influencer. That is a fact. That is a stat. You can pull it up.
Now, how much is that?
The average person makes, if I'm not mistaken, is in the $40,000 range. That's an average salary.
And that's not
the
nothing.
Average American. That ain't nothing.
That's
So that
nothing.
tells you most people are
Sorry
trying to
for
be these
people
social
out there.
media influencers.
Sorry
And
for people out there
that's
who make that amount. We're not trying to
right.
belittle you, but in the context of, you know what I'm saying, what they're saying is you must make in order to, you know what I'm saying, live comfortably
Right.
in America. $40,000 is a
That's
drop
not
in the
nothing.
bucket.
That's nothing.
Like you really have to make double that in order to even, you know what I'm saying, like have a decent living in most places. And
California,
Cali, like y'all, you're
you
talking
think
about for one person, you got to be making
80,000 plus.
yeah, pretty near six
they
figures.
are statistically stated that you need
Yeah.
to make at least 120,000
Yeah.
alone to
Yeah.
make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
Now
I'm like,
that's why you got to have your multiple hustles, legit businesses, not necessarily just a hustle, legit businesses on the side that's bringing you in money. So
multiple
you got
streams
to
of
have those.
income.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
If
Gotta
you
have
got
multiple streams of
one,
income.
you are too close to poverty.
Yeah, that's you know that's and that's crazy to say, but this is funny too. Brian Slack Ellison, shout out to Brian, man. Brian tunes in and he put stuff in the comments that entertain us. So this week, his first comment we're showing
a solar flare.
Hey, I seen on the news they said it's it's a possible of a solar flare that might affect the internet, might send us back into the Stone Age. This is a kind of a pivot from what we're talking about. But it's pretty funny because can you imagine the world without the internet? We're just talking about how we're making money and people are making money and like we're doing this show with the use of the internet, right? Imagine we didn't have any of these tools. We work from home, internet, doing this show, internet, making sales, internet. Everything is driven by the internet. So what if we didn't have it? What are we gonna do?
I mean, a lot of people would be jacked up.
A lot of people will figure out what it is that they will probably realize they're in a relationship.
They're gonna hit the streets running.
They would probably figure out how to cook and whatever else. Who knows?
It would drive people literally crazy if they couldn't get up in the morning and look at social media and search Pornhub. It would drive them absolutely bananas.
Well, I would agree. One in their room.
Especially our kids. Oh Lord, the kids might go crazy.
And that's another thing too, because some of them, that's all they know.
That's all they know.
I had a conversation with my sons about this, and I told them when we were in high school is when the internet like really just came about, right?
Yep.
Before we were in high school, I think like 93, 94, you know, was when the internet first really took off. And we didn't call it the internet, we called it the World Wide Web.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, for us to have that, you know, for the bulk of our lives, and then to think about not having it is that's a bit much, man. That's, I don't know. We're talking about apocalypse. We talking about the world shutting down. It's gonna get ugly. You talking about what's that movie with Will Smith? I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yeah, I Am Legend. There we go.
Hey,
man,
listen, that would be tough. I don't know.
Yeah. It literally be the Stone Ages, because I mean I see a lot of the comments rolling in. Yeah, it's literally gonna be the Stone Ages because
Jeff Bezos gonna be gone.
I mean, but you know what? He probably got a bunker.
They trying to create immortal man. They trying
he probably got a Jeff Bezos probably got a bunker.
all of that.
He probably got a bunker somewhere already prepared and underground with food and all this other stuff and a pool.
Man, he's trying to figure out how to preserve his brain to put it on a new body.
He's gonna be creating stuff. He's just gonna go back to the regular. All right, y'all, I got regular books. Y'all come to my warehouse and start buying them.
The hustle is real, even with a man dying, right?
Okay. Well, this is a good segue to what I had next. Speaking of Benji saying he's trying to figure out how to put his brain on a new body. What's up with these BBLs? These BBLs have taken off even more, right?
Did you see the teacher?
No, but I saw this, and this is what made me think about the BBLs, right? Because like this is what I'm seeing in abundance of big old, we say in Texas, big old cakes and little old bitty legs. You got, you know, big
looking like a wisdom tooth.
Man, you got a size 50 butt with 2 T thighs, man, and it's crazy.
I literally watched a thing today, and the girl was talking about herself. She said, "I worked on my body," and the guy was like, "What do you mean you worked on your body?" She's like, "I've spent $100,000
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You
on
sent me that
getting my
150,000. She
yeah,
spent
like on a
150,000.
BBL," and we're like, "You worked on your body."
She had 4 BBLs. She had 4
Bro,
BBLs.
bro, listen, and I'm sadly enough,
The first 3
fam,
didn't go right.
yes, sadly enough, it is the modern way that a lot of women think. Like
so
surgery up instead of putting in the work. And I'm sorry. That's just the way. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But it's like she would rather get a butt lift and risk her entire life, and just go for it, just for a nice butt.
Amazon gonna have them soon. I'm telling you,
Oh
watch.
yeah.
In,
Oh, no,
in the
no
next
doubt.
decade, Amazon gonna have BBL kits, and you're gonna be able, you're gonna be able to buy a BBL kit
You'll be able to buy a
straight
BBL.
from Amazon. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Come with syringes, come with everything you need. And you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have the high-end BBLs, and you're gonna have the at-home
Low
kit.
end BBLs.
Yeah, and you're gonna see a chick in the store, you can be like, yeah, she bought hers on Amazon. I seen that before.
Okay. Now this story is old, but this is what made me turn me off to fake booties. All right. Because I dated a girl one time that had gotten a fake booty. And I didn't know. Right?
What type of
And
fake
so,
booty? Was it injection?
like
implant?
she had got the implants.
Okay.
So, and like I've seen women do who wanted bigger breasts or a bigger butt, so they get the implants, right? So I like those of you know from past life, yeah, chicks was the thing, right? So that's whatever. And they always ask your opinion on stuff. So, like, have you ever hit a girl's booty and like it didn't do nothing?
Well, because you just hit an implant with skin over it.
Yeah, like it was weird. Like, so if you touch, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to be too explicit because I'm trying to stay sane, right? But when you grab a nice booty, you know what I'm saying, and you just it feel like booty.
It feel like
I'm saying
when
it
you
feel
grab
like
that
flesh.
pillow and it's nice and fluffy and plump.
Yeah, like you grab your pillow
you-
right now, it's fluffy. You know what I'm saying? It gives you that little softer touch. Like your hands, you can kind of put your little hand. If you got big hands, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of imprint
Benji
that
is
joint.
going deep into the conversation with that.
But
Go
listen,
ahead,
this is hilarious, man. And so, like, she asked me to grab it and tell me how it felt. And I was like, yo, like, why ain't your booty got like no jiggle to it? And she was like, and she liked what the doctor had done, so she loved it because she didn't have no cakes before. So for her to find like it, man,
until it didn't move.
Well, me and Benji,
it was sad.
Benji, you remember that lady we saw with the bitty cheeks?
Yeah,
she had
she had 2 breasts for booty.
Yeah, they had mistakenly put breast implants in for her butt implants, and she had bitty cheeks.
Yeah, the struggle buns.
They looked like breasts, but they were they were in her butt. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing, man. And I mean,
it's all bad.
It's stuff. These doctors just make money. Yeah, these doctors just make money. And I told Benji the sad thing about it is she had bitty cheeks, but there's some guy looking at that like I'll still tap.
I'll still smack.
I mean,
still tap the bitty cheeks.
There is somebody somewhere that's cool with it, that like it, that's attracted to it, that's giving them the attention and the time of day.
Very true.
There's a naysayer and there's a yaysayer, and there's probably almost at least 2, 3, or 4 come to that no. So that's gonna say yes. So
now, Patricia, you are the woman on this show. Legit question, okay? Does it make you feel good that you got cakes? Or could you imagine if you didn't have any, how would you feel?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, let's start with that says it all. That's it.
I'm just, because then you just walking around just seeing these things just bouncing past you. You like, damn.
Distraught.
I'll get one of those.
Yeah, when you
I
don't even know what it would feel like to sit down without that. Like, what would that be?
Say you sitting on the toilet, just toilet seat the bone.
that's probably
Feel like a
very
laptop
well,
closing.
then, in understanding their pain, in trying to understand their pain, I could see trying to do something.
Trying
That's
to do
okay.
something, right? Right.
I can
Trying to get a
understand
little
it,
buns.
but only
Oh.
if they're. I'm not against. Let me just say this: I'm not against anything, um, as long as it's medically okay for you, health wise. And then at the end of the day, if you're truly doing it because you have some own like self hate or self dislike or distaste for something it is that you really every day wake up just disliking about yourself.
Right.
I've seen people go get things done because of these certain things that they had insecurities about, and they didn't go overboard. They just got what they needed fixed, and it just brought out this new self worth for them.
Right.
Which also can help you stop putting up with bullshit dudes or women, whatever your preference is, because
Right.
you don't feel like you're pretty enough personally. So you got that done, and now you see yourself in a whole new light personally. So now you elevating what you're dealing with, and you don't have to do it for the opposite sex to want you or same sex to want you. Regardless, you don't have to do it for that reason. So when I see people, those are the reasons. I'm like, hey, and yes, people are busy, and yes, stepping in the gym is hard every day.
Right.
And yes, there's a quicker way if you got the money, and if you really, really feel like that, go do your thing. I ain't mad at it.
I mean, I will say
Just
this
don't
though.
look toe
'Cause
up. Do the research.
if you ugly in the face, and you got some cakes back there, you definitely gonna get some looks from the brothers. I mean, that's just a known fact.
She get a face video.
I mean, that was back in our day. We used to say you could put a plastic bag over her face.
Nah.
So like that was all types of stuff. We were cruel when we was
I
coming
can't.
up. So.
I can't rock with that. Me, Big Ken. I mean, I've always been a face guy. So face
Right.
over body all day long. For me, if she's cute, that was always the thing. Like with me when I was younger, like I didn't care if she was big or small, fat, tall, whatever. If she had a cute face, she had a chance. So,
Right,
that's just the way I always rock. So, you know what I'm saying? Having the cakes is cool, but if you ugly with cakes, it don't, that's not a balance to me.
You like that, like I'm good, like I'm straight.
Bravo.
She gonna go get the BBL regardless. It's wired now. I think because it's so trending that like I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. Me and my lady were at breakfast one morning. I kid you not, and this lady was working at the local breakfast joint.
You was at the breakfast joint looking at cakes,
bro. No, listen to me. I still got the video. My wife noticed, right? So I'm sitting there like, she's like, babe. So she be hilarious, bro. I promise you. She's like, babe, look, and I was like, what is going on? She takes a video of it. She walks up like she wanted to go get like something from the counter and got a video of it. I still got the video. I'm gonna send it to you in y'all inbox. And it was hilarious. But the first question we asked is like, why did she get a fake booty working at the breakfast joint? Like, that's like $15 an hour.
Well, but maybe she's the stripper and she's working at the breakfast joint. Maybe. And it's an investment in her future.
Maybe she's got an OnlyFans.
That too.
She's got that social media account where she got these, explicit photos that subscribe to my OnlyFans, and she just do the waitress stuff because she got to have some paycheck stubs and stuff to go for her car in the apartment.
Shout out to Joe Smith's wife.
Hey, she getting him back on his feet with that hustle. So I mean,
hey, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do what you got to do. But while we talking about this surgery and stuff, and see, like I said, I'm a face guy. But when I saw this really kind of disturbed me. I'm like Chris Michelle. You do what you want to do. You do what you have to do to make sure that you good and make sure you confident. But this caught me off guard, y'all. Tell me what y'all think about Nene Leakes, dog. Like this is what she was on. This is her on the right before, but this is her now looking like Kim Kardashian. That's her today.
That's a face in the males right there. See?
Wait.
That's the same person, bro.
Yeah.
No way.
She looks like Tamar Braxton and Kim Kardashian and all one person.
Bro, that's the same person.
You could tell she had her whole bottom just snatched back.
Her nose done,
cheeks
done,
jawline,
brow lip, nose done, lip injections.
What?
Jawline. She done had that whole face replaced.
Oh,
But see,
man.
this is it looks
Trying to
good
stay
now.
young. Is she
But
now? Is she famous? Because she trying to
yes,
stay
yes,
young and stay in the
yes.
limelight.
Nene Leakes is
Basketball wives, right? Or what is she?
from Real Housewives,
Yeah, Real Housewives. There we go.
and she's famous.
Oh,
So
the woman who used to have the short hair.
she's
Nene.
had many different
No,
hairstyles.
well,
So
she's had short, but she be all
yeah,
over. She's one of the main
yeah,
ones, really.
yeah. Nene Leakes, you know. So
I know
shout
who
out to
you're talking
Nene
about.
Leakes. You know
I
what I'm
know you're
saying?
talking
But that's how she looks now, and it's dramatic. But it's also one of those things of you saw what happened to somebody like Lil Kim who had the surgery, and it looked okay at first, and then it took a turn.
Right.
So
Then
like
she started
we
looking like
don't
a
know.
leprechaun.
Yeah, we don't know how this stuff is gonna affect her 10 years from now. But I mean,
But
she might not even care because she's trying to capitalize on her fame and trying to
Right.
make money now. And that's what she went ahead and did that. And like I said, hey, she's got the money to do it, but that's super dramatic. And it's like you don't even look like, you know what I'm saying, your DNA no more.
But
Right.
here's the problem. So then they do that, like the woman that got 4 BBLs. You're not satisfied at all. So say this person, they initially did it for self-esteem reasons and self-hate and all this stuff, self-worth improvement, whatever. Okay. But then they still don't like themselves and they still don't like, so that is a therapist, psychiatrist. You need to see somebody to figure out what's really deeply rooted within you, because you're going to continue to get these surgeries until now there's no coming back. Like Lil Kim, she told up. She not what we used to seeing.
Right.
So, like you kept going so much, so bad that it became a sickness.
And
Like
to
After a
me,
while, you gotta just assume that the bag just consumes them. They got a certain lifestyle. It's hard to come down. It's hard to come from up here to come down here and remain there and remain normal when you've been up there. And so some people are willing to do anything to get back to that space, whether it be looks,
they in constant
thieving,
competition with
stealing,
the
whatever it may be.
and see, I think Lil Kim is a victim of not loving herself enough and not having the support system excuse me, around her to tell her how beautiful she was, because we thought she was cute from the beginning. And if you look back at her pictures now, before all the surgeries, a lot of people, when you see the pictures online, they're commenting in the comments how beautiful she is. And I'm
Right.
like, I think at that point, not enough people told her that.
Right.
So she felt
Yeah.
inadequate and she felt like she needed to make these changes, because quite honestly, I've been around some beautiful women and I know some of their friends that tell them, girl, you need to do this, girl, your nose too big, girl, your forehead, girl, your this, girl, your that. And these are their friends, quote
Right.
unquote, that are tearing them down like that. And this was boom, part of what the reason why they make the changes that they make. And I'm like, sometimes some of that stuff is the company you keep.
Yeah,
And
that's
very true. And so like if you're looking at yourself and you're saying, I don't like the way this looks, or I don't like the way that I look personally, right? Like, what is the root of all of that? Like, what's the issue there? What's up with that? Because why wouldn't you like
sometimes
that?
it's simple. Sometimes it's really they had a few kids and it didn't snap back right, and they really want to be able to wear that 2-piece, or they want to, there's something they don't like about the way they look in certain outfits. It ain't nothing really deeply rooted. It's really just that's what they want to do. So
Right.
it
Well,
could
a
be
lot
it
of
could be that simple, or it can be.
I think a lot of it stems from the people around them, and especially now, social media. They look at social media, they look at these other people who may be doing this stuff, legitly and working out and doing this stuff, and they have these amazing bodies. And some people just have an amazing set of DNA that
Right.
allows them to look like this.
Right.
And they see it and they don't want to go to the gym. They don't want to eat right. They just want to go get the surgery. They want to take the shortcut.
Right.
And hey, by all means do what you want to do, but at the same time there's also going to be some consequences to taking shortcuts, right? Like my parents used to always say, you can cut through that field to get to the store, but sometimes you're going to end up, when you get across the street, you're going to have them little sticker bugs in your socks,
on you.
in your shoes. So you paid a consequence for taking a shortcut. So
Fact.
you know what I'm saying, hey, that's just the way life is. And no knock to them and the people who have had surgeries and stuff to improve their body, to improve their quality of life and things of that nature. But we
Yeah.
have to be very careful. And like Trish Michelle said earlier, please make sure that if you're doing any of these procedures, that you're medically cleared and that you are in a healthy state before you even have these, these
Facts.
procedures, because we've also heard of many procedures going wrong because people had procedures and they weren't healthy when they had them.
Didn't know that they had medical issues, all types of stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, don't skip no steps. Don't try to get somebody to sign off and say you're healthy when you're not. Don't do that. Value your life more than you value your ass looking good.
Yeah.
And
quit
sometimes
listening to other
you
folks.
just gotta you gotta listen. Sometimes y'all just gotta listen to the dude that you with that be like, girl, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The fupa is super duper. You know what I'm saying?
The buns is fun.
Just listen to yourself, and if that's what you want, then maybe if you got up off your ass, it wouldn't be so flat.
I mean,
You know what? There's
some
a
people's
theory.
DNA. I'm sorry. Some people's DNA. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everybody
Yeah.
not a brick house. Somebody, yeah. So some people I understand because
Yeah.
if you got no cakes,
You can protein shake it up, eat them. What
I
is it
don't
called?
know, Patricia. I don't know.
And do a little bit. So you can make.
I
I
don't
done
know.
seen some little bony things come up with a little bit of. You can create a little bit of cake on
A
yourself.
little bit of cake.
Okay, you can get a little bit of cake. Yeah.
Baby yams.
Baby cake. Yeah.
But it's gonna match your thighs.
Yeah, there's
stock,
consistency.
That
That's
stock
true.
frame matters.
That's
that
true.
Stock frame, because your stock frame, like Cat Williams said, your stock frame may be only 90 pounds, and you can't go get 72 pounds of these and 50 of these and put it on that frame. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So this is a little bit of a pivot, but we talk about with the surgeries, a lot of these surgeries are because people have some mental health issues also that, that they can't get past. So it allows them, it forces them to think of themselves as less than. So they keep having these surgeries and they keep going through these things. So the mental health things have been pushed to the forefront. But one thing that's in the news right now, one person that is really bothering me, because I got a chance to meet her a few times. I even have pictures with her, and some people is a comedian. Some people don't say she. Some people say she's not funny, but to me she is, and she's dope. And I met her a couple of times, you know what I'm saying, and I had some conversations with her, and she's a dope person. But I hate to see what she's going through right now, and that's Tiffany Haddish, man. Like she's had a rough few years of things that have been occurring in her life. And I think the thing with the kids that happened, I think it was 2021, where her and Aries Spears, that I think that was right after the pandemic started kind of loosening up. And that surfaced. I think that kind of sent her into a tailspin. And Hollywood's already a tough place to maneuver. And a lot of people don't understand how tough it is unless you talk to people who are actually involved in that. And I just hate to see her going through it. They talked about her being picked up last week for DUI.
She was sleeping in her car with the car running.
Yeah,
she potentially was drunk. I think it's like the second or third time though that's happened. Right?
Yeah. So shout out to her and anybody else that's suffering from mental health issues, man. I know it's easier said than done, but there's so many people out here that can help you. So many, doctors and therapists and things like that you can visit and you can have access to. And there's some out there for the people who don't have the financial means to pay for such services. They have services at different places like churches and things like that. And your community, your community outreach, that you can get it for free. You can get mental health, help for free. So people, take care of your mental health, man. Don't let folks drive you crazy at the end of the day, because a lot of this stuff we've been talking about, just in the past, few minutes or so, it deals with your mental health, right? So you are the person who dictates how your life is. Quit listening to the other folks talking about, what you should do and how you should look and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Do you. Self-confidence is key, for real. Like Cat Williams say, confidence of yourself.
Yeah, self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
At the same time, there's so many rideshare apps and just, Uber, Lyft.
Yeah.
All of that. Like at the end of the day, if you're going out to drink, and especially it's just you, like, get the Uber, get that ride.
Yeah.
Get
I
back
agree.
home. Avoid this.
Some people got that pressure on them though, and to make it, stay at that status, keep that because they're taking care of so many other people
He
when they
moving
got to
black.
that status.
They
I
posted black
mean,
presidential
sometimes it
women.
can get overwhelming. I know you can, but sometimes, hey man, sometimes it can get so hectic, so crazy sometimes, man, that you ain't thinking straight. And sometimes you gotta have those solid people around you that kind of push you like yo, chill out, like relax, whatever. Somebody you can just pull up on you and tell you, you know what I'm saying, some legit info or look out for you. And everybody don't have that. So I don't know her personally, but I mean, I know
She
how
got some.
beneficial it is, you know what I'm saying? So when you got that type of bread, all type of leeches leech onto you, and they
Yeah.
kind of push you away from everybody sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help is always around, so she definitely, hopefully, she'll get some.
right.
Yeah.
You can't keep making decisions like that or
Yeah.
not making.
And we've seen this play out before many different ways. We've seen it go, in a good way where people get the help and they recover and they're doing amazing things. And we've seen it go bad. I allow
Right.
somebody like Whitney Houston, who we saw spiral out of control, and the
Right.
people around her weren't able to get a grip on it. And it ultimately caused her demise as well as many other celebrities.
Right.
So, thoughts and prayers with her and any other people suffering from mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? Get the help you need. If you have any questions or concerns and you can't find people, you can always reach out to us because we know plenty of people that
Yes,
are
we do.
willing to help you as well. Only a
Facts.
phone call away.
Facts.
Speaking of people wilding out,
Mm.
this has been the talk of the past couple of days. So some of you
Mhm.
people, then now we get into the stuff you probably been waiting on, right? Because when I saw this video surface, I chuckled. Yes, chuckle. I
Chuckle.
chuckled. I chuckled because I'm like, bruh, this dude is constantly doing stuff, and this took the cake for me. Your boy, King. The son of Tiny and T.I., who we have watched these kids grow up on TV
Oh, yeah.
in front of us, and
Kinda
we've become vested, right? We become vested because we watch these kids grow up and we're like, man, we want to see them, as they get older, what are they gonna do? They're doing music, they're doing all these things. Shout out to Damani. Damani's making dope music. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I forgot the oldest son's name, but he's doing country music, you know what I'm saying? And he's pretty dope at what he does. But King has always been the mouth of the group,
The
the one
mouth.
who
Yes.
talks
He got
constantly,
a mouth on him in
bruh.
both ways.
Talking about he's
Bruh.
standing on business.
Hey
Somebody needs to stand
yo,
on that
hey
fool.
yo, yeah, he do got a mouth on him, but you know what I'm saying. We want to be clear.
I say pause.
No.
This is what Benji talking about. This is what Benji talking about. That man, that a couple of months ago, there was this big thing because T.I. was roasting him on the show.
Right.
And they were saying things like the truth of the matter
Yeah.
when he was on the show because he had his whole grill redone
Yeah, he
and
did.
he had
Oh, man.
veneers, and the veneers are extra large.
Yeah.
They're big. He's already got a Muppet type face, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now he's got big teeth inside of the Muppet type face. So it's just I'm gonna be honest with you. All of their kids, you know what I'm saying? Like a couple of them look like Tip, you know what I'm saying? The girls are cute girls. King got throwaway parts. I'm sorry. King got like
That's a hot mess.
King got it.
King got throwaway parts.
He from the junkyard.
King got the
Yes.
parts of the DNA that nobody else got, and they just put his together and made King because he's a weird looking fella. I mean, look at this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel bad talking about somebody's child, but it's a weird looking kid.
Said I don't. Yeah,
It's a weird looking kid, man. So
he's funny. He's funny looking, bro. I'm sorry.
But check this out though. The video surfaced of him having the conversation at the football game, the Atlanta Hawks football game, versus playing New Orleans. And yeah, he had an interesting conversation with his parents about him being, him having, a privileged kid. And he was saying, he stayed at his grandmother's house, which he did. It's a known fact that he will stay with his grandmother a lot, and she does not stay in the gated community that Tip and Tiny stay in. She stays in a regular community, and he
Right.
loved to go to her house because Tiny was saying, because the grandma, which in traditional fashion, most grandmas let you do what you want to do when you're at their house. So
Right.
I get it. But he wanted to be a regular kid. He didn't want to be in the gated community, not having neighbors and things. That he
Right.
wanted to go outside and play. He wanted to be a regular kid. But when he was in that neighborhood, he got around people who were actually about their life.
Right.
So he was around people who dealt drugs and things of that nature, but he didn't do it. But because he was around it, he became accustomed to it. And of course, his dad is, the quote unquote king of the South. He talked about, trap houses and stuff. So he wanted to glorify that same type of deal. He wanted to have that same type of feel. He wanted to see where his daddy grew up. He wanted to embody that, but he ain't.
That ain't him.
It,
You
it,
ain't
it,
hood. You
it
ain't hood.
ain't him.
It's amazing to me, and I've said this many times. If you talk to real people who come from the hood, they ain't trying to be hood. They're trying to get away from the hood, because most of them, it doesn't cost them a lot. The hood doesn't cost. If you come from where I come from, the hood ain't did you no favors, not a one. If you reminisce on it, and it's funny how kids our age want to be hood. It's like I like that shows me 100% that you're not hood.
They
Because
want to have some
anybody from
struggle.
the hood is trying to get away from that because they know what it costs you to come from
I've
the
been
hood.
through the struggle, boy. You ain't been through no struggle.
No,
Your
you
Kool-Aid,
know,
all your Kool-Aid has sugar in it.
Yeah,
you know what it
exactly.
reminds me of? The movie ATL, where T.I. was in, and
Right.
Yeah.
his little brother was trying to be down, trying to be gang and slang on the corners, and he
Mhm.
very much wasn't about that life. That's his
Right.
son.
Right.
That's he literally having to deal with his son right now, like he had to deal with his little brother in ATL.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's
And
how I meant.
and the crazy thing is, during the video, of course, you can't really see the footage because they dropped the phone, but you hear the conversation, and then you hear
Yeah.
you hear T.I. at one point saying, "Boy, you can't do nothing with me." And this is the first thing that came to my mind. This is the first thing that
Choke him
came to my
out.
mind. Homer choking out Bart, you know what I'm saying? He got the veneers in and everything. And this is the first thing that came to my mind because King, said it in the video, he's standing on business. And the quote from T.I. is, "Boy, you know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing with me." And I think as young men, you know what I'm saying, and especially me knowing that, shout out again to my dad, when I got about 16, 17, I felt like I wanted
I
to,
tested.
you know what I'm saying, test him a little bit. My boys did that. My boys did that a little bit where they felt like they wanted to say some things,
And
but
you
they
gotta get, if
quickly,
you feel froggish, going on the leap.
yeah,
And
they get
I'm
quickly
gonna lay you down on the
reminded.
leap. I'm gonna lay you
Yeah.
down on the leap
Yeah,
pad.
quickly
I'm just saying.
reminded. So T.I. had to put Young King in the yoke. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
for the people who don't know what a yoke is, we see
Country boys. The
Google
yoke.
Google Draymond. Google Draymond Green and see what he
Yeah,
did to
See
Rudy
what the yoke
Gobert.
is, huh?
Yeah,
Now
that's
a yoke of oxen. Go, yeah, go, yeah,
so
go
that's what
check all that
he had to
stuff
put
out.
him in a headlock, y'all. He had to
Right.
put his son in a headlock because his son was getting out of hand. And I hated to see
entirely embarrassing the whole
I
family.
hate to see that, yeah, in the public space like that, especially with them already being celebrities, and people of other cultures are looking at that saying, "Look at them," typical stuff.
But
You
you
know what
know
I'm saying?
the craziest part about all of it though is that video went viral. The whole family got paid for it, and it ain't gonna be the last time that they do something like that.
The board
No.
needs help.
Well, thinking about just what you just said, the boy needs help, and Ben just said they want to get paid. This is what King said on his Instagram.
He sure did those stupid
Yeah.
stuff.
10K an interview,
I'm
or
sorry.
he don't want to talk. So he's trying to capitalize
Of course he
off
is.
of this event again. Like
Of
you
course.
said, it's about the money.
As his daddy said, if it ain't about the commissary, then it ain't necessary. So I mean, as crazy as it all sounds, and
You
as
get a couple
we're
10K.
we're social media people, right? Like we're on
Yeah.
social media, so we totally understand content creation, right? We ain't telling our kids to go wild out, do this, do that, right? But for the most part, I understand what it totally is. Like at the end of the day, that kid is not a normal kid.
Yeah.
He makes a ton of money with his daddy, all of that type of stuff. So
Well,
it's crazy, but then again, it's like he's been birthed into that, and he's
T,
taking full advantage of it.
T.I. got a whole song if it ain't about the money. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it's about. He even named his son the money.
yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
so I mean,
I
hey,
love
that's what it's about at the end of the day. So shout out to them. Shout out to King. King is gonna entertain us. And
And you're gonna
speaking
give us an interview without the 10K. I'm just saying.
facts, because I ain't paying
Yes,
no 10K. Ain't got it. Ain't got it. Ain't got it. All right.
Okay, but hold on. If that 10K yielded you in this show 50K, would you make that investment?
If we can lock that in, yeah,
No, for
definitely.
sure. No
Yeah,
doubt.
but
Yeah.
if it's not a guarantee, I don't know. It's kind of sketchy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like, it need to be guaranteed because if not,
King
man,
might agree. King might agree to it. Come on here, cuss us out, and get off. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
we got him on there. We're gonna run his clip. I'm just
Yeah. Hey,
saying.
you know what?
Content
You
is
know
out.
what? On the
hey, that's
Breakfast
all we
Club,
would need.
on the Breakfast Club, Birdman came in, said what he said, and left.
And
The
dip.
quickest interview in radio history, and look at how it blew up for them. So hey,
Exactly.
any
Exactly.
celebrity want to come on the fire session and cuss us out, please feel more than welcome. We will welcome you with open arms. Just come on over
I
here
might
and
have
cuss us
something
out.
to say back.
I mean,
so
yes,
come on.
yes. You ain't
I
finna
might
cuss
have
me
something to say back. So come on.
out. Like, hold on.
All right. So speaking of the king,
Say what, player?
yeah, it just depends on who it is. It just depends on who it is. Let's be honest.
Right.
Let's keep it a
Yeah,
buck. It depends
depending
on who
on
it
who it
is,
is.
because if it's certain celebrities, yeah, it's not gonna be a lot said. It's gonna be all right, bet. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kick him out the studio, the virtual studio.
Right.
Yeah, right. So bye. Shout out to them. Speaking of the king, I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, give a shout out to another king, the
Okay.
Lion King, right? So we all remember that movie growing up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have seen it. If you haven't seen it, you probably need to go check it out. I'm pretty sure you've heard some music from the Lion King, and boom, Jason Weaver.
Yes.
His
Oh
mom
yeah.
did something amazing back in 1994
Right.
when she chose to get I think like 100K up front, and him get residuals for the rest of his life, versus taking the chunk of money. I think it was like $1 million or something,
Yeah.
when he did this song, I Just Can't Wait to Be King. And if you're familiar with the movie Lion King, you know that is the most amazing song, is the best song in the movie, and everybody knows that song, right?
Right.
So as you can see, that song has sold over it's 2-time platinum as of November 22nd of this year.
Right.
So
Wow.
now he gets a residual check monthly for
Yeah.
this song. And we're talking about this song. This was from 1994. So he's going to get money for the rest of his life.
I know the lady that sings with him on that. Her name is Laura.
Okay.
And she talks about this all the time. It's funny because she's a gospel singer now. So I've been knowing her for years. And she sings with Jason Weaver on that song. And of course, they all get the residuals from that. So
Yeah. So I mean, and you know what I thought about when this happened? I said a lot of these parents now wouldn't have been able to take advantage of that because they're so money hungry, right? They
right.
would have
They
took
would have
the
took the
chunk
money. They
up
would took the
front,
chunk.
because they're not trying to look down the line and look at what the kid might need 20 years from now. They're looking at what can we get now, and how can we capitalize now. And in some situations you have to do that, right?
Right.
But in this situation, she gambled and she won big time for her son, even though he's been in the movies and all kinds of shows and everything. So, this was early in his career, but man, he's been on, like we talked about ATL. He was in that movie. He's been in a bunch of movies.
Right.
He's been in a bunch of TV shows. So, but it's dope to see the progression of him. Like he's in the show The Shy that I love that show. He's in that show. So I mean, you know, it's been beautiful to watch the progression of his life, but to see that story and to know that his mom, you know what I'm saying, had the foresight to see that is
Right.
dope, man. So shout
Yeah.
out to him, man. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, that's facts.
Yeah. And speaking of money, it's a lot of money at stake with the sexual abuse allegations that have been flying around rampant.
Mm.
It seems like Oprah is like, you get a sexual allegation, you get a sexual abuse allegation, you get a
Everywhere,
sexual,
right?
bruh,
Man.
everywhere. Like, okay, so there's a
That
list.
just tells you how wild these dudes were and what was going on.
There's a list that I compiled and I posted it earlier in the week of just some of them that have been hit with sexual abuse allegations within the past like 2 weeks.
Right.
So you got number one, the one that's been everybody's been talking about
Diddy,
is
right?
Sean Diddy Combs. He got hit. He's been hit with 3 so far.
He got hit with
Right.
a third one. Oh my
3,
God.
Right.
3 so far.
And
So
everybody who knows him is confessing that it's true.
and this is stuff that happened in the 90s. This
Yeah,
not even
and ain't
recent.
nobody denying that
Sorry.
he didn't do it. Like
So
everybody who knows him is coming out like saying like,
They all
yo,
got some type of story that they can recall that
right.
so
occurred.
the Cassie thing just kind of is the straw that broke the camel's back, because after that came out, it's like everything else just opened up the floodgates, right?
Right.
He
Well,
losing
people
his
wanted
trust.
she wanted to get her money. She want to get paid.
No, she already got paid. So
I know.
that's that. But see, the problem is, and I was having this discussion with somebody, is that wasn't even a criminal case. That was a civil case.
Right.
So he was
It
never
didn't
going to
even
be
go to criminal
prosecuted.
court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for criminal court, it was about money.
Right.
So she got her money, and the next
And
day,
was
actually,
cool.
I think in the
It
next
was
day or
gone.
two
The
after
next
that,
day,
Next day he settled out of court.
and he was at home doing his Diddy dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, he ain't
I'm
doing a Diddy nothing right now.
no, he was. That was a
No, he
video of him
was.
at home
He
doing the
literally
Diddy
came
dance
out.
the next
Yeah.
day.
Oh, well, I'm pretty
Yes.
sure I'm sure he done dancing now.
Hey,
Nah,
you know what?
if he's worth $1 billion, that 30 million,
It ain't
that
got nothing to do with worth $1 billion, because the more this traction continues right now, he's already having to step down.
Yeah, it's a
yes.
lot of domino effect, and somebody also brought up the fact that Russell Simmons, you know, was under fire a couple of years ago about the same thing, and he went and he's overseas somewhere. So I don't think he's ever coming back.
I
don't think he's ever coming back.
Somewhere and they coming back. He like,
There's a whole lot to uncover and unravel with me.
Because you remember with Kimora was a teenager when he met her. And started fooling with her. So it's a lot behind that story with a lot of these executives in music. And sad to say,
they just seemed pretty girls and they had money and they could do what they wanted to do, and they did it.
Yeah. Well, sad to say,
they had a whole ring going on with young women, and now it's just unraveling. And Diddy made probably the most off of it, and he's probably at the top of it all. So,
right.
Yeah. So it's not just Diddy; it's people like Jamie Foxx. Sadly, because Jamie Foxx
from 8 years ago, right? From about 8 years ago, that story was right. About 8 years ago,
I think they said this was in the 90s.
Right.
This was in the 90s at a club. Something happened with a young lady, and
who's the rooftop? Him?
It's just, I don't think so. I don't think it was the rooftop. I don't know. I haven't heard that piece of it, but he's in trouble for sexual abuse allegations. Jimmy Iovine, the head of Interscope Records, he's under fire for sexual abuse allegations. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Well, you know, Cuba been wild.
Like, but he been in trouble for some other stuff.
The stories that were coming out about him, like people literally were just quiet, but they were saying he was wild. Like he would walk on set. Wow.
Well, I guess a lot of them are doing this because the list goes on. So Cuba Gooding, you got Harve Pierre. Now, some people might not be familiar with Harve Pierre, but Harve Pierre was the former president of Bad Boy. So he was one of those people who's around Diddy. So it appears that a lot of people around Diddy were involved in these same activities.
Right. Young kids from the street, young kids from the hood, they got some money. They could do whatever they want to do. Cass was wilding. And you know the chicks was pulling up. Don't front. You know the honeys was pulling up because you had the bottles, you had the cars, you had the clothes, you had everything you could give them, and they was pulling up.
Well, you
And
know,
then dudes could do what they want to do, and most of these chicks wasn't objecting because they was wild too.
if you read Cassie's thing, it says that he would make her have sex with men.
Right.
And at these parties that were called, I think she called it Freaky Friday or something, where literally it would be all kind of people there and they're watching either her mess with men or whoever else. So that's
Right.
the type of parties he ran. And then at the same time, you got the young boys that he had them come to Diddy camp when he was
Right.
signing them on the records, which included Usher,
Right.
before his mama snatched him out of there.
Right.
So there's probably a whole story there that Usher just trying to cover up.
Well,
I mean, Diddy did have a hand in him one time, and the first album he made was.
You mean a hand in him? Whoa,
What?
whoa, whoa!
No. We're talking about the
whoa. You mean a hand? You mean?
But he was like 15.
He was
like,
part of his success. He was part of his success of his first album. He didn't have a hand in him.
Like that.
We don't know about that. We don't
Hey,
know
man,
about that.
I don't know
on.
what these dudes be doing behind
Hold
these
Allegedly
man.
is all I can say.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Hey,
Allegedly.
with the OJ Simpson, what you call up with the jersey.
That dude had the jersey, OJ Simpson jersey on the back. It said allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I
Lord
like that.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
Hey,
yeah.
listen,
I mean,
I don't know what none of these dudes be doing, but listen, I've heard some wild stories from amongst millionaires, billionaires. These dudes have their parties, and trust me, they wild.
They talk about it all the time.
I almost went to a couple of
They
them
wild.
parties. I'm glad I didn't.
Oh yeah, because they would have tossed you up big time.
Oh yeah.
They would have had you, Trish Michelle. She would have been on the front of all the magazines by now.
Sorry,
she would have had all the power, all the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yes,
but it's funny because I never, whatever it was like off-putting. I never went.
Yeah,
so,
no, because you got morals. You got morals and values.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the morals. Shout out to the morals. Shout out to the morals.
But you know what was crazy too? You know, I hate to bring this up since we're talking about hot topics. It's just a little sidetrack when you're talking about Usher. Did you hear the conversation that what is her name? Dang, it just slipped my mind.
You getting old, fam.
Yeah, no, it was crazy because she went to the Usher concert and she had all
Janelle Monáe?
No, she went to the Usher concert and she had the issues with a boyfriend. Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. The loud girl.
Yeah, I forgot. Her name slips on my mind. It's one of my favorite people. I love her shows, but I can't remember her name right off the top of my head. But her mom was on the phone because her boyfriend recently, Kiki Palmer.
Yeah.
Kiki Palmer. Her mom was on the phone with her boyfriend because the boyfriend had threatened her. This was a couple weeks ago, and the mom was in the background shouting that Usher was gay anyway, so he don't want her because she's gay. Anyway. I was like, whoa, like whoa. Let's not. Usher caught a stray. Caught a stray out of nowhere, right, in that conversation. And I think a lot of people, they listened to the conversation, but they didn't catch that part. But I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Why did Usher have to catch a stray in this conversation? I mean, people have said that before.
You don't know. People have said it before.
I
and you don't know.
The reason why they say this, though, roots back to Diddy.
I mean, it may be, but I'm going to tell you straight like this. He gay or not, whatever he is, Usher, I'm still gonna listen to Confessions. That joint is perfection.
Hey, listen, the Hard to Love album is fire. So
it is. That is underrated. Look, I fool with all of it.
It is, but it's nothing to touch the Confessions though.
What?
We'll talk about that. I mean, because
we got our our
Hard
music.
Hard to Love does not top Confessions. But that's another episode for y'all. We're gonna get into it.
Y'all, we got a music trilogy coming up. We got 3 episodes next month for the month of December is going to be music month for us, and we're going to be talking about different parts of music every single week live. So we know y'all love music, so make sure y'all tune in because it's going to be interesting. Because as you can see, like we don't agree on everything, so
right.
so there's going to be some interesting conversations there. But let's get back over here, okay, with the allegations.
Yeah, let's get back. The
right.
allegations.
So there's
allegedly.
two people that's what allegations are, my friend. Allegedly. So we have two other people on the list that people may or may not know. Marcellus Wiley, former Cowboy, former Charger. He's on Sports Network right now. And Buffalo Bill. He's on a Sports Network right now, and he's in trouble as well. Like, and the surprising one, the last one on the list is the mayor of New York, Eric Adams.
I'm not surprised at that.
Right. Like, I just saw the list and I was just like, just entertainer, and the mayor.
Every day,
and the mayor. I'm like, if that's the case, it's gonna be the mayors of all these cities, because I'm pretty sure they all do the same type of stuff.
Yeah. They say, you want this pass for your advantage? Come meet me in my phone.
You want that pass? Come give me that. Rhyme with pass. All right. So
the SSA.
You know what I'm saying? $$, you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, but I mean, this crazy with all those allegations, and it's like every week there's more and more. And I actually posted, and I was serious. People thought I was joking, but if you are out there and you have sexually assaulted somebody and you thought you got away with it, whoa, my friend, it might not be over. You might have to still answer to that, and people are coming forward. But my only question would be, I'm not trying to belittle anybody that's a survivor of any of these acts, right? But if you're coming forward with an allegation at this point, like, how do you prove it, right? Because if something were to happen to you at that point, you would go get, if you got raped or anything like that, you would be able to go get a kit that would have DNA, things of that nature. So how do you substantiate 30 years later, like in Bill Cosby case, like, how do you substantiate that this actually happened and it's just not an allegation?
Depends on the laws of that city.
Yeah,
30 years ain't nothing. Like, it could be 40 years ago.
But
what I'm saying is, how though?
Like Diddy did the next day, amicably, figuring it out. To me, that screams guilty. I'm sorry.
Well,
because now you got forensics and you got stuff that can be brought.
But hold on. When you talk about that, Trisha Michelle, you also got to think about he has a brand. And what was brought to my attention is he might have paid quickly because he wanted to get the attention off of him, right? Because he has the brand.
In this case, I get it, I understand, but
so
you're never.
This is somebody who
never, because you don't wrong so many people. They've been waiting to talk about you.
Well, this is somebody who was in marketing, so they told me that's probably the biggest reason why he paid for that, because he has so many other things attached to, but at the same time,
once the story comes out, if you got people who you maybe fired or did dirty because they thought you would tell or whatever, now you giving them ammo to come out and validate a lot of this
have
stuff.
not been paying attention, my friend. Diddy has been making these people sign NDAs, bro. He has been making
but
his former
bodyguard is on talking it up.
Yeah, some of the people
leave his side way back when, because he said he didn't like stuff that was going on, but he never said what.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, some of these people have signed, bulk of these people, from my understanding, have signed NDAs. So, so these things that people are waiting for other people to come forward, it probably won't be as many people as they think, because they've signed NDAs.
The staff gotta be quiet. He ain't stupid.
But all you need is one or two to keep.
You don't need more than that to take down somebody like Diddy.
That's why Cassie said there will be people just watching and watching him do what he's doing to her, because they got NDAs. They can't do nothing else but watch. You can't talk about it.
You see what it took to bring down R. Kelly. One didn't work.
Right.
It had to be multiple women and multiple families and all this other stuff that came forward in order for the court case and all that stuff to proceed. Just one allegation wasn't gonna cut it.
The law is a monster, fam. It will find somebody.
If you pay attention to the who was it? What's the old guy that's in jail right now?
Who?
Yeah.
From whatever show that is. The one that got all the rape props, he old, he 70, 80, 90, old black man, everybody's daddy from TV shows.
You talking about Bill Cosby?
Yeah, him. Okay, so I can't
Oh
say his name.
Lord, oh Lord! I thought you was talking about.
I watched the
Oh
show,
Lord,
but
I thought you was. Yeah, you could. You
She's a
can't remember
millennial.
Bill?
She's a millennial. She's a
You
millennial.
can't
I
remember
watched
Bill
the
Give her
show.
a break.
I
Give her a
just couldn't
break.
think of his name. So Bill
Oh yeah,
Cosby.
she is a millennial. That's right.
Bill Cosby. I watched the show. Bill Cosby, and then you have R. Kelly, and if you look at both of those, it's multiple women that have came.
Mhm.
So, like you said, they can't go track evidence because there isn't any really. But it's all. There's no way
Well,
15 women.
R.
Hey,
Kelly got
circumstantial
video
evidence.
footage. He got
Well,
whole he
Circumstantial
got
evidence is a monster. I'm
Well,
trying to
yeah,
that
but
was
R.
different,
Kelly
yeah.
got a whole video collection.
He
That's
did.
different.
But
That's
Right.
different.
in the case where it's Bill Cosby, we'll take R. Kelly out since he made a video because he was dumb. We'll take Bill Cosby. There's no actual evidence
Yes, that was
outside
your
of
opinion on people. bro.
multiple women that came forth with the same type of story. So it's like the same I'm starting to see with Diddy. There's too many same type of stories. So
Well,
there's no way.
You got the same type of story, but then on the flip side of that, you got people that you got the one allegation that came out in the public eye. People read that and said, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing because I want to get paid too. And I can say that I was around him or I got a picture that I took with him at a club. And it can get sketchy. And that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you substantiate some of this stuff? Because some of this stuff is just my word against their word. And I got a picture with this person.
Hey, that's true.
No.
But somebody, listen, fam. Somebody, just like in the feds, when the feds get your information, if they approach you with it, listen, they got a 90+% success rate. Somebody gonna say something.
Yeah, I mean,
somebody gonna start talking.
Somebody gonna say something, and there's also people who get paid to say something. So
exactly,
this stuff is just so tricky, bro. Like, if they want to say you did it, you did it, right? If they want to make you guilty, they will make you guilty. So
and if they're interested
it's
in pulling
tricky,
him
man,
down for real, because of all of the stuff that he has, and
because he was gonna buy NBC.
No, he wasn't. But that's what happened to old boy, Bill Cosby. Oh boy.
Oh, Bill Cosby.
Oh man, see, there you go. You can't allegedly.
I mean, allegedly. Okay, we're gonna put that on the t-shirt or something. I'm gonna put that on the t-shirt. Allegedly. Watch. Babe, hashtag allegedly.
Hashtag stop saying stuff. No, yeah, we're gonna see how it plays out because I guarantee you it gets real juicier and much juicier.
I'm sure it does.
Along the way, and we ain't forgot about
there are people who are friends of some of those people who ain't got to worry about no NDAs.
Yeah, somebody gonna talk.
Oh yeah, you better believe
it.
It can get messy if folks wanted to.
Yeah, and it all boils down to money, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, who can pay me the most? Can you pay me the most to be quiet, or can you pay me the most to talk?
Talk, exactly.
You heard King.
He
ain't talking to nobody unless he getting 10K.
10K.
Standing on business.
I'm gonna get that. I gotta put that. I gotta get that put on. We're gonna put that on the shirt.
I literally say that all the time. My daughter be so mad.
Yeah, I'm gonna print that shirt up tomorrow, y'all. Standing on business. So when y'all see me out this weekend with it on, you know what I'm saying? How's your boy? I can make y'all one too. You know what I'm saying? We can make it happen for you. Standing on business.
Standing on business.
5 sessions. All right. So speaking of standing on business, man, I saw this story too today, and a couple of days ago, and I had to rehash it today because I wanted to make sure that I got the facts right. So this is interesting, right? This is Tyrese, and this is his ex-wife.
Yes.
And I have this conversation with a lot of women, and I ask this question: why do you keep your ex-husband's last name?
Why do you keep your ex-husband's last name?
Why do you keep your ex-husband's last name? Because, I understand for some of those ladies who are attached to celebrities, it's a thing, right? You want people to know that, I was married to him, and that's why I still have his last name. But she's removing that, and they've been separated and divorced for a while. He went on the tirade, on the video. What more do you want from me? Right.
Yeah.
We seen all the breakdown. We seen everything. But that's the question that I have for a lot of women is, when you get a divorce from a guy, why do you keep his last name? And I'm not talking about a few months. I'm talking about I have seen ladies that have been
Hold it for
divorced from
years.
somebody
Right.
from 10 years, and you still got this man's last name. I'm asking a legit question. Like, why would you keep somebody's last name that you're no longer with? Why would you keep it for that long?
And they'll even hyphenate it. They'll have their name, his
Kardashian West.
name, and then like bring their. I'm trying to understand that.
I
Maybe
don't know.
Patricia can help us out.
I can't. I ain't married. I ain't even been married. What I can
So
say is, what I can say is, I believe that if I went down that road and fumbled back, or maybe not a fumble, I'm gonna go back to my last name. Like I just don't see why I would keep it, even if it was somebody famous. Like at the end of the
Right.
day, the pictures, the photos, the history, the entertainment world is gonna showcase that you was with that person. Nothing's gonna change.
Anyway,
Like you're
so
still.
there's gotta be some legalities
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't
back
know.
end of it. Some of these dudes might be like, no, like don't ever change your last name. Keep the
You can't tell
name
me not
if
to
you
change
want
my
this money.
well, there's one exception to when I ask about this, and I understand why she kept her last name. That's Anime Bullock. Anime Bullock kept her
Anime
last
Bullock.
name
Tina
is
Turner.
Tina Turner because
Yeah.
it was her stage name, right?
Right.
And it became something that she became famous for. And Ike tried to make her change it. At one point, he tried to make her go back to her maiden name, which is rightfully so. She earned that stage name, and she was the front person for to got all the attention,
And
right?
Tina Turner, that's who we know her by.
So you
Well,
know, rightfully
I
so,
mean,
she was able to keep that name.
there's it actually happened with who was it? I think the Kardashians was into it with what's the brother Scott's girl that he was with, not Scott, the little brother he was dating Tiger's chick.
Oh yeah.
And they had the Kardashian last name was the issue, I believe. She was trying to keep it on the show or something because
Mhm.
it branded her, like it kept a tie. So they had to go through court
Are you talking about Black
get
China?
her to take the last name off of everything. And I'm not and they ended up winning because he was only keeping it because the Kardashians are famous. So
Famous,
like
right?
Kardashian on anything and it's going up.
Okay,
So
so we have one comment from Lady T. Lady T says sometimes they have children with the man, and that could be why. But my question, Lady T, is still why? The
Like
children
what?
can have the
Why?
last name, but
But why you?
why do you or the lady still need the last name, right? Do
Right.
you want your children to have the last name that you got and for it to be some continuity because you don't want the children asking you why your last name is different? Like, what's up with that? That's all. Well, like I
I
said,
mean,
we're not saying that you shouldn't do it or whatever the case may be. We're
that's
I'm
asking a
just trying to
legit
get to the
question.
bottom of it. Like why?
I can
Yeah.
see. So if even if it was the kids, like my son, he's asked a bunch of times to have my last name. Like he'd rather have
Your
mine.
son?
So, so he has his dad's, and some of them separating from the parents. Most of the time, the kids are with the mom, and quite frankly, the kid might want the mama last name if they not
Right.
associated in that type of way anymore with the parent either. So I can't. I think it's all each case wise,
No.
subject by
Yeah.
subject, and personal preference. But I wouldn't care even if my kids had the last name. I would go back to mine because at the end of the day, I'm not in any way, shape, or form tied to this individual. Even though we got kids, I still ain't tied to you personally
Right.
at all. But it happens.
Right.
So I mean, it's
Now,
just personal preference. That's the only answer I can really give.
I got
I can't
maybe
not.
a bombshell for y'all. My last name officially, the Banks is the family name. My last name is actually not supposed to be Banks. My mom didn't take my dad's last name. My dad's supposed last name is Jackson. So she didn't take on his name. And according to the family, she didn't do that because there's an inheritance left only in the Bank's name.
Mm.
So if you change the name and you become a different last name, then you remove your access to what the banks as overall has. I'm sure it's old law from way back when, because we're
Yeah.
talking about 70s, 80s. I don't know if it's still the same now, But overall, and like I said, like officially, my last name actually isn't supposed to be Banks. That is the family name, and they wanted to keep the boys under the Banks family name. So all of our boys have the last name Banks. We don't take on, my brother didn't take on his daddy's last name. I didn't take on mine. My baby brother who passed didn't take on his dad's last name. None of that. All of the Banks boys, from uncles all the way down, are all Banks boys. None of their daddies have their last name.
I'm
That's what
glad. I'm
Banks is
glad.
hot
Yeah, Benji Banks sounds dope because Benji Jackson sounds like you steal.
too. And then they gotta call you BJ.
So you got a rap sheet.
They call him BJ.
Whoa.
I mean, nah, BJ
Whoa.
would be terrible.
Whoa.
So I don't even acknowledge it. So you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah, we're
plus,
happy
I don't
for
even know
you.
the cat. So, but I,
We
you
are
know, I
happy
did my
for you.
own little digging and found out some little things. But yeah, it's quite interesting. So maybe for the women, you know, men are egotistical. Like even though you gone, like that's still your girl. And some dudes view that. And if he's wealthy, he's like, I don't care where you go. Like, this is like, you want this money or you don't. And some dudes are like that. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. So I mean, I know it can happen, not in all cases, but
Why I ain't married
I know it's happened. I mean, yeah, folks got some weird things
Now
going
watch
on,
you get
man.
married.
Trust me.
Talking about you still owe me afterwards.
I mean,
That's
I
weird.
sadly
It's
enough, that's
weird to
kind of
me.
what
Yeah,
it is.
it's weird.
Weird to
That's
me.
weird.
It's weird to me.
Especially when
But
it comes to
hey,
money. And we just had, somebody we had on our show recently, you know what I'm saying, got that long paper, you know what I'm saying? So I can imagine that that's probably in place with that as well. That's why she had to take on the last name of
yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
very interesting.
Okay. So speaking of changing their last names, this is also a divorce that has been in the public eye. I like this couple, man. I like this
Damn.
couple, Amon Shumpert and
Mhm.
Tiana Taylor.
Mhm.
I like this couple because their vibe is so cool, both of them,
Right.
right? And they have the two little girls, and the two little girls are so cute, and they always have them dressed so fly because Tiana is just fashion mogul, and Iman dresses so fly, and it's so much potential in it, and we're always looking for that black love couple to
Right,
say,
right.
you know what, this is the standard, right? And then something like this happens, and we still don't know all the details about it. But for me, when I saw it in the public eye, I was like, dang, another one bites the dust.
Now allegedly he's been doing his thing on the side anyway.
Allegedly. That
Allegedly.
I
So
heard
that is our word for the night. So
I heard that, and
allegedly.
I heard that some things that she's done too. So
Right.
I don't know, but shout
Two
out to
grown
them.
people playing
Yeah.
tit for tat with they
All I
private
know is
parts.
that I hope by now y'all have stopped calling these famous people goals.
Thank you.
Facts.
Everybody looking up to these folks, man, and these folks
That's all I can say.
The
wild
only
as I
people
don't know
who should be
what.
goals to you is the people like your granny and grandpa who been
Facts.
together
Right.
for 50 years. If you know them
Facts.
and you know what they've been through, they can be
Mhm.
goals for you, right? But
Right.
people in the public eye, people in Hollywood and Hollyweird, and they doing all types of wild stuff.
All
Like
types
you
of
don't
stuff.
know what they're doing. So, you
No
know,
clue.
Trying to keep
like
the relationship together,
like
and
Brian
they doing
Ellison
all
said,
types.
Jada Pinkett and Will Smith is a mess. That's
Yeah,
exactly, J.
that's a
Cole
car,
had to
that's
take
a
it out his
train wreck.
song. He had to take
Every
it out
photo
his
I
song.
see, they did a family photo for Thanksgiving, and all I just see is bullshit. Like this is
I
stop.
Well,
mean, call it
I
what it
don't see
is.
BS. I see compromise, right? I
I see
see
bull.
Compromise.
I see compromise because they've been around each other so long that even if they going through all this turmoil, they still got the kids, and I think they're so weird that they have a great synergy together, right? And a lot of people might not understand that. And I've seen families that are that the mom and dad broke up, that they still hang around, they're still at the house, they're still
Yeah.
friends of the family, and they function well together as a unit. They just don't function well together as a couple.
Right.
But I
So,
think the pictures are for us trying to prove that they cool. The
well,
pictures be like,
I don't even know. I think they just do that type of stuff.
It's
They
just
you know,
weird, bro.
yeah, they just do that. They
oh,
just take
they just
pictures like that
they,
all the time.
they weird ass
I
niggas.
can't do it. Listen, I'm an exclusive dude, so I can't do it. If you want to do all that, you can do all that by
I'm just
yourself.
tired.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I ain't got. I'm trying to keep my blood pressure regulated, trying to keep my sugar levels low. I ain't got time for all of that.
I'm
You know what
tired of
I'm saying?
seeing them. I'm
Go,
sorry.
yes.
Yeah,
I don't even
I-
want to
I
see
agree.
it.
I
I
agree.
don't
I
even
think
want,
they,
like it's annoying. Like I literally now whenever I see it on somebody's page, I literally hit the unfollow button. I don't want to see that drama.
I don't hit the unfollow button. I hit the X. For people
I'm
on
like, I don't
Facebook,
want to follow people
if you
for
hit
that.
the X, if you hit the X,
hide the
it'll
what's it
take
called?
that
Yeah.
it'll take that post off. So you can just
Yeah,
hit the
get
X.
it
You ain't
out
gotta
of here.
unfollow me.
I'm tired of
I'm saying.
seeing it.
All right.
Yeah,
I
So
tell them
but
it's highly offensive.
but
Report it, right?
there are couples out there, and I don't know if you want to call
Dope
them
couples.
goals, but there are dope couples. And one of the
Yes.
dope couples that I saw that's celebrating 40 years of marriage is Denzel
Yes.
and his wife
Oh
Paulette.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Amazing
Like,
story behind their story too. Like I've researched a little bit. Their story is dope.
That's my guy Denzel right there.
their story is
Yeah.
dope, and some of the things that Denzel has done as a person and Paulette, you know, they've done as a couple is super dope. Because I don't know if you know, like Amari Hardwick was talking about
Yeah.
when he was trying to get himself settled, and Denzel like paid
Paid
for a lot of
his
stuff for
college and
him.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he took care of him and helped him get to where he is. And it's just it's dope couples out there, and you might have to do some research. And a lot of the dope couples though are the couples that are out of the public eye. Like, you
Right.
see them when they're out, but you don't hear stuff about them. So
Right.
trust me, people have issues, but you keep the issues to yourself. You don't run to
Yeah,
the
you work 'em
tabloids.
out
You
between
don't go to
yourself.
your
Right.
friends.
Oh,
And that's one thing I keep telling folks. Listen, if you have a problem at home with your wife, with your husband, don't go telling your friends, because your friends, you're opening it up for them to have a
Hey,
say in your
the
relationship.
weirdest opinions
and
ever.
yeah.
If you want to
And
know, if you want to
say-
know who got the weirdest, most, if you want to find out how sane some of your friends are, bring them a fake issue and just hear their opinion on it. Like
Well,
you'd be like, man, I can't believe this.
that's sketchy too, because if you bring them a fake issue and they find out it's fake, then now you're
Yeah.
questionable.
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
mean,
Now you're
I would
questionable,
yeah.
because if you bring me a fake issue and I found out it's fake, then now I'm gonna look at you side eye, because
Right.
why would you be trying to pull that on me, right?
I
if
mean,
I'm solid,
I
right?
knew
It's
you was
ways
weird from the front. I knew you was weird
it's
from the
ways
jump.
you could prove. You can see how people are, but my thing is, I don't want people to have a say in my relationship because I'm going out here in a heat of passion, or I'm upset, and I'm telling people something that's one-sided generally, right?
Right.
And I'm telling people something from my standpoint. I ain't telling what I did, I'm telling what the other person did. And it's they're gonna be based on that. So when they see me and they see us together, they're gonna be like,
Look
I
at
don't
you
like her.
sideways.
I don't like
Right.
her because
Yeah.
he say she do this and he say she do that. Now this person, you have created this person in their mind of who this person is that you're with,
Fact.
and it might not even be factual. It might just be how you felt at that time. Now you look stupid because you created this monster of a person and you still with them.
Facts.
So
And that's the craziest part, that people stay with all of that crazy going on. Like, you mean tell me this, and this, and you still there?
you
And
still
you
there.
like,
Well, because that's they only
yeah,
telling
yeah.
that part of the story. They're not telling
In
everything else
facts.
they doing.
Facts.
That's
Facts.
fact.
That's why they still there. Like,
Facts. Just be lying.
the shoe went upside her head because she threw the TV down first.
She had the
Yes,
pot of
okay.
grits on the stove ready to roll. She hit that man with a pot of grits just
Yeah,
a couple
man.
weeks ago.
Keep folks out of your relationships, and
Facts.
maybe you won't end up being a statistic, because it's already hard enough to stay in relationships with the ups and downs that you have as a human being, and you have individual battles as well as battles as a couple against things in the world. But you know what I'm saying, to be adding other people to your mix is a problematic, and
Facts.
if you I would stay away from it. I would stay away from
That's
it.
cool.
So.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah. So I think we've covered enough hot topics for tonight. You know what I'm saying? We gave y'all a lot to talk about when y'all, done looking at the show. Take these conversations to your family and your friends, you know what I'm saying? Talk about it because I'm pretty sure some of these topics are going to be talked about anyway. And some of them need to be talked about, like these last names, because some of these folks run around with last names and it's confusing. Because when you go to start trying to figure out your background and you're trying to look up names and your name and somebody else's name, you're
Ain't
getting
even fun.
confused because it don't jive, right?
Right. And
Since
some
some
people
people
are
got
so
names that ain't even theirs.
some people are so stuck because they can't let go of things that they are stuck in a space and they can't let it go.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
and it's obvious. You can see it.
we try to attach name to bloodline, right? A lot of times, and that's become so skewed because some people get a name that isn't attached to their bloodline. They just are, given a name because of a parent. I have actually seen situations where there was a child that had a last name of their father, the birth father, but they're not around them, so they were given a last name that they chose. Like, it's
Right.
just, I've
Right.
seen some weird stuff.
A random last name.
Yeah, they thought it sounded cool with their first name, so their parents allowed them to utilize that, change that name
Right.
to that last name.
Right.
You can do that.
I mean, we're in the
All you gotta do is file the
we're in the,
paperwork.
I mean,
exactly.
you can have mine, but you ain't getting no Smithsonian Lukes and Watson, the
I
mess that you gonna make
mean,
up so you can feel like what?
Patricia Collinsworth or some
Right.
white dude's name.
Like what?
say, man.
Hey, man, I sound real sophisticated.
All right,
Patricia
man.
Cinco, Kenneth
Nah,
Shaw.
my name gonna be my name is my name. As what's his name? I forgot his name on the show, The Wire. My name is Marlo.
name.
My name is my name.
Right.
So get it right and know that it stands for something, and I stand on business. So before we get up out of here,
Put it on
right.
a t-shirt.
That's
yeah, I
right. You
stand
gotta
on
stand on
business,
business.
Stand on business.
stand on business, baby. So before we
Okay.
get up,
Standing on
before we hey, you better believe it. We stand on business here at the fire session. And before we get up out of here, we got to go around and give our people, you know what I'm saying, an opportunity to let y'all know something and let y'all know how to find them before we get up out of here. Trisha Michelle, talk to the people.
Man, I'm still kind of thrown by that random last name mess, but I'm just, I don't know. Anywho, all I can say is for me, I'm a Bynum. My dad has one son with his last name that probably ain't gonna do nothing with it. So I probably would have
Dang,
hyphenate.
she done excluded that, brother.
He excluded himself.
Okay.
So I'm just saying I might end up hyphenating mine because I still gotta that's the reason why my son wants to change his. He wants to change his last name to my last name to carry on my dad's name. So I approve of this message. But anyway, so I mean, there's different circumstances, different reasons, and I like that one.
Standing on business.
And standing on business is exactly what he said he's doing for my daddy, and I'm here for it. Collinsworth. But I don't even know. No, that's what Gigi said. I had to say it. It made me feel like I had to say it. I was just saying.
Collinsworth.
There you go. Real dapper and dandy. All right, but y'all can find me on Instagram at Trisha Michelle _YT, on YouTube, on let me tell you what I almost called TikTok.
The Tickety Talk.
Almost called it Trick Talk. On a
Trick Talk.
Hold on. Trick Talk, a whole nother thing. We created something new. Hold on. We might need to create that for real. Trick Talk. Trick Talk. We might need to we might need to talk about that after the show. Trick Talk. I like that. Trick Talk.
Okay. So on TikTok at Trisha Michelle _YT, and of course the fire session. That's of course where you can always find me on every Tuesday. Y'all know what to do.
I like Trick Talk.
You know?
Yeah, I like that. All right. All right, Benji. Benji makes the man of bread. Talk to the people.
Man. Hey, listen, man. Listen. Overall, man, listen. Y'all listen. Y'all just got to do better, man. All right? It's getting wild out here in these streets, man. Listen, man. We got a lot going on, man. And we got BBLs, we got
I was
breast
gonna say, you talking
implants,
to code, you better tell us what you're talking about.
We got bitty cheeks.
bitty cheeks, man. We got folks who don't want to take their husband's last name. Listen, you listen. We got a lot of stuff to correct. And I wonder why y'all relationships be so bad nowadays, man. Y'all got a lot of stuff going on that y'all just refuse to correct and just trying to invite folks into y'all mess, man. And listen, man, listen, I ain't with it. I ain't never been with it. I will never be with it. If you don't want to take my last name, I'm perfectly fine with that. And you can just slide on over. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all kind of stuff going on. Y'all know where to find me, man. It's BRB. Go follow me on Instagram. We throwing all kind of funny quotes and stuff up there and having fun. We're working on our Threads account right now, and I'm kind of not liking how the followers that's following me right now, but we're gonna let it do its thing. But we don't pass out, Ken. But we're working on some things, you know what I'm saying? So, but we just, y'all keep checking us out, man. The platform is growing, the numbers are going up, and we want to continue to keep giving y'all dope content. So be on the lookout for some new stuff. But yeah, keep following us, and we'll keep keeping y'all's attention.
Benji, you are a special individual.
I am a special individual. I came out the womb and fell in a box of glitter. So
and glitter.
Glitter.
Box of glitter.
Yes.
Glitter. No.
That explains the hit from the stove.
Oh man.
Oh, hilarious, man. Hilarious.
All right. Well, y'all already know we stand on business, and I just want to say, if you stand on business, mind yours too. Mind your business as well. Your life would be so much better if you stand on business and mind it, right? So that's my advice. And y'all know y'all can catch me at Big Ken's Comedy on IG, Big Ken's Comedy on Twitter, Big Ken's Comedy on Facebook. Y'all can catch the Fire Session on all social media platforms. Just type in FIYAH session, and we'll pop right up. Make sure you go to the YouTube, like and subscribe. Hit the little notification button so every time we go live, every time we post new content, you're aware of what's going on. Because I'm telling you, we got some dope stuff coming next month.
Yeah.
We got Music Month. We're going to be talking about hip hop. We're going to be talking about R&B. We're going to be talking about your favorite artists, our top 10 list, top 5 list. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff, a bunch of opinions, because I'm telling you, we got some very, very peculiar music taste. Yes. So you might want to tune in so you can chime in and we can talk about music, because we know everybody loves music. So don't miss it. Because also, y'all already know at the beginning of the year, for those of you who don't know, we take a little break. So this is your opportunity to chime in with us before the Christmas break and before we go on break. And then we come to you in February of next year with a new season. So make sure next month. Content. Yeah. So make sure next month you got 3 opportunities, you know what I'm saying, to chime in, to catch us live before we go on break. So we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to the conversations, and we had an amazing time tonight, man. It's been funny. It's been a wild. We try to stay a little tame, So we try not to get too far out of line, you know what I'm saying, because we do know that some people watch the show with their children in the room. So, you know, we try to be a little PG-13-ish, you know what I'm saying? We try not to go too far, you know what I'm saying, because we want to respect your household.
I got the youngins, the girls watching.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We want it to be a family show. We want it to be, you know, now there's gonna be some episodes where we're gonna be talking about some stuff that ain't family oriented, and we will let you know that this ain't the one for the kids to watch.
Got a few church folks watching, you know what I'm saying? Got a few church folks tapping in.
What you mean church folks? Man, church folks the worst ones.
You are fat.
Church folks the worst ones.
But you know, they try to paint the picture like they don't listen to Cat Williams and, you know,
man, paint the picture.
Stuff, you know
man, it was a pastor at a Gunna concert. So, you know what I'm saying? Like when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, at least he kept it real.
Hey, yeah.
At least he kept
Hey,
it
I
real,
pulled
you
up.
know. I'm not here to judge people. I'm just here to love people, and that's what we're about on the Fire Session. We show love, we show support to people. So y'all keep tuning in, showing us love and support, and we giving it back. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the entertainment that you all provide in the comments. So keep tuning in and keep doing it, and we're gonna keep doing our thing. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Stay safe. See y'all next week. Fire Session. Peace.
Holla.
Thank you for joining us today. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Just search Fire Session.